Your emotions drive everything that you do. So when you heal that, there are many other aspects of your life that will also be healed. Your relationships, the careers that you choose. Because if there's a lot of anger and fear and anxiety and stress inside of you, you're going to make very impulsive decisions that aren't even yours, really. Because when you deprogram and heal yourself from the anxiety and the anger, you're going to start to feel more peaceful inside of yourself. And you're going to start to see things differently. And you're going to feel differently. And you're going to make different decisions. And that's really powerful, because decisions, the really big ones, they shape your life. They really sculpt out how it's going to look. But here's the thing with healthcare, Western healthcare, and research, is that it's really behind. And we're always like a chunk of time behind where we need to be to address this current problem. We have really mastered acute care, but now the population has shifted into chronic care. We need something more natural and healing. You know, by the time we reach 2030, it's estimated that 70% of our population is going to be in chronic illness. Never before has irritable bowel syndrome become so popular. It's in the news now. Kids are having it at 5 years old. Why is this? And I really do think it's this society and culture that has become so externalized, and there's just so much information, there's so much gadgets, knowledge, that we are so busy out here and disconnected from ourselves. And when we're disconnected from ourselves, that's really scary, because ourselves is our root, and ourselves is this place of, you know, if we were to be in healthy relationships with our bodies and with ourselves, then we wouldn't be as anxious. And I think that's a major reason why, is that we are disconnected. And invites you to go back and heal this relationship that you have with yourself, because we are in relationship with everything, but we live in an overstimulated culture, and we have forgotten to pay attention to the most important person, which is ourselves. So it is about returning to love instead of focusing on stress. It's about returning to love and really understanding what love means. It doesn't mean to be positive and to be perfect, but it means to be with yourself. So I want you to picture, if you're in a relationship with somebody, what makes them so important to you is that you trust them. That would be one reason. But why do you trust them? Is it because they're always there for you? And I want to ask you, are you always there for yourself? Are you always there for your body? What attitude do you have with your body? Are you inviting it to be how it is, or are you resisting the problem? When we're in a relationship with somebody, if we're in a fight, because in IBS, there's a fight going on inside of you. And when we're in a fight with somebody, what do we want that person to do? We want, even if we're angry and upset, we want that person to listen. We want that person to be unconditional with us. We want that person to be present with us. We want a strong connection with that person. Someone we can trust, someone we can rely on, someone that listens to us. There is nothing more powerful than listening and being with and always being there. And we forgot, as a culture, how to do that for ourselves on an emotional level, because we have been traumatized by this collective fear from the past and the stresses from our past and everyone making ends meet, and we're just going crazy. And then there's all this information. Oh my god, I have to know this, I have to know this, I have to know this. And then we forgot us. So we're like, we have IBS. Must this be this food? It must be this. Let me tell you something. Our guts flows with nature. Nature is so powerful. So is our guts and our hearts. If we were to beat with nature, right? Like have our heartbeats and our stomachs in sync with nature, life for us would flow and our health would flow. But we're not. We're like this. If we became relaxed and we found this source of love inside of ourselves through being in relationship with ourselves, then as a human society, we wouldn't be destructive as a species as we are now if we were to return to ourselves. And here's the thing, about irritable bowel is that it is an invitation to go back. It is an invitation to restore that. And there is no food that's going to restore your stomach. It's you that does that, because you are more powerful than food. Food helps, but it is not your healer. You are your healer.